New at 5, a massive crime bill is about to be one step closer to becoming law in D.C. So we've been telling you about this 89-page Secure D.C. omnibus package.
So right now we are waiting on D.C. council members to cast their second and final votes on the bill that's aiming to turn around our crime crisis. Ardelia Gonzalez has been keeping us up to speed on the details and the changes to this bill since it was first introduced back in January.
Yeah, and yesterday, Dee, when we talked, you talked about this whole movement to put the amendment to put the DNA collection provision back in the bill. I mean, for people who are sort of just getting into this, what's the latest on that?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a pretty controversial measure. DNA collection at the time of a felony arrest. That was taken out of the bill last month, but the bill sponsor, Councilmember Brooke Pinto, fought hard to reinstate that with some changes. She said they would only collect the DNA of folks arrested for violent felonies and sexual assault misdemeanors, and that DNA is just a slice of someone's DNA, nothing that's identifying, and it would be destroyed once that person is acquitted. Another disclaimer, she says, a judge also has to sign off basically before they take this DNA and say that there is probable cause. All of those changes essentially satisfied a lot of the council members because that amendment passed just a short time ago, 10-3. However, Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie argued passionately against it. He said that that measure would disproportionately impact Black D.C. residents, saying this is, he says, I am going to view this through a lens of civil rights and I'm not willing to vote against my conscience. But we are just about an hour or so away, probably, from an entire vote on the bill. So let's remind you of the big takeaways. It toughens gun laws, creates an annual firearm tracking system, allows police to review body-worn camera before writing a report, establishes a drug-free zone, and prohibits wearing a mask with intent to commit a crime. Now, there were 8 amendments introduced today, including raising the threshold for felony theft back to $1,000 instead of $500. That just passed about 10 minutes ago, specifying that wearing ski masks with intent to commit a crime is not allowed, but masks for religious, medical, or job safety reasons are okay. That also just passed. Ward 8 Councilmember Trayon White, who abstained from voting on the bill last time around, also offered an amendment asking the city to offer social services and addiction treatment to people in drug-free zones. And he also offered an amendment requiring the mayor to create a comprehensive public safety plan.
A lot of the measures that they're trying to pass right now have been passed and implemented successfully in Baltimore, Boston, many other cities, and that have seen their crimes go down.
The DC Council did not cause the crime crisis, and nor did the mayor, but the mayor has been asleep at the wheel on issues like the 911 center and on issues like it is the police's job to be investigating and deterring crime. And when you have things like drug-free zones and these anti-mask provisions that are just going to give MPD more opportunity for harassment, especially when you have such a lax executive, that's what's concerning here.
Again, there is a lot at stake here, and that room is packed. But as I mentioned, we just got started on debate of this bill around 4:30. We started the day 2.5 hours late, so much more debate before we get a final vote. I'll keep you updated when I see you back in about an hour. For now, we're live inside the Wilson Building. Delia Gonzalez, WUSA 9.
A lot of people watching to see what happens here and whether it will be able to stem the tide of the crime crisis that we are dealing with across the city. Dee, thank you.